We are live, everybody. Welcome back to Zachary Reality. We are here to chat Joey's season of The Bachelor, episode 1 recap. We're going to get all into it and dish on a few other topics. It is your host, Zachary, joined today with lovely icon legend Molly. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me. Hello, everyone.
What did you think of the premiere? Are we hooked yet?
So hooked. He is so freaking cute. Like from the jump, his dimples, his smile, like I was hooked.
He is so cute. He's the cutest bachelor we've had in years. I always just say since Matt James, because then I'm like only counting out Zach and Clayton. But some people, some people are saying he's one of the cutest of all time. Where do you think he ranks?
No, I think one of the cutest of all time.
He's so handsome.
So handsome. And just like such like a sweet smile and like sweet eyes that you're like, he's so cute.
He keeps on saying that he's like a normal guy, and I couldn't agree more. Like, I hope that we get more flavor and depth, and I'm sure we will. And we have seen him cry and be vulnerable, but he's just such a dude.
Yeah, normal guy.
Just like anyone that I would have met before in my life.
Right. Seriously. Especially now, I feel, which is crazy. I'm at the age where everyone is like my age and your age. Yeah. So like, I really feel like I could have just like met him at a bar.
So weird. Like, getting older and getting into your 20s, because like I've been watching Bachelor since I was 13, and I'm like, wait, I'm older than these girls now? Like, I'm the same age.
I know there are some younger than me, and I'm like, what's happening? I didn't realize I was that old.
Who is the youngest on the season? Is there like a 22-year-old?
I think there's 22. There's definitely 23. I felt like Leo was young, maybe
she's 23.
So maybe 23 is our youngest. Maybe there's a 22.
Well, Joey's 28, and I did listen to some of his press, talking about the show and whatever, and he said that like a few years ago, he would not have been ready and he would have not gone on the show.
Yeah.
But now he's like really ready, and he was living in Hawaii, right? Because he was playing tennis there with his uncle. So that's why he moved there, but he's from Pennsylvania. And when he left to go on The Bachelorette, when he got back to his place in Hawaii, he was living in some type of forest. So all these bugs came in, and that's when he knew it was like kind of time to go home and be with his family, and then he was casting.
To get out of there. Need to go back to Philly.
So he's like he grew up like in a way it seems just like a normal like nice guy from like East Coast, but then he like had this Hawaiian adventure for a few years where he lived in like a jungle.
Right.
Cool.
It is cool. Fun fact.
Yeah, but he got his
typical Philly bro, I guess.
Yeah, but he got back to Philly bro. Like he went Hawaii for a second and then he came back. Like he cut his hair. He looks more like proper now.
Obsessed. Like the haircut. I don't know. Maybe he just grew into himself. Like he had such a glow up from charity season.
I remember when the cast list was announced for charity season and I saw his picture and I was like, he is so cute. I'm probably going to have a crush on him and he's probably going to be the Bachelor. And he was.
Yeah. No, he's absolutely adorable.
He's really cute. And he also said he lived in Nashville for a few years. He's probably like jobless right now because he's doing The Bachelor.
Right. Do you know where he went to college? Did he go to college?
Yeah, I think he went in Pennsylvania or Hawaii.
Got it.
One of the two. What was I going to say? Something about him. Oh yeah. So The Bachelor makes like allegedly $100,000 a year from like the show, allegedly, right?
Allegedly.
That's what people have said in the past. So I'm sure he has other opportunities to make money that he's not going to need a job.
Right. No, probably not.
But night one was really good. And we're going to break it down and talk all about it. We're going to talk about the limo entrances. We're going to talk about the sister, the Leia, the what's her name?
Which one?
Taylor versus Jess. Yes. And some other Bachelor Nation news. But I do want to remind you all to like, comment, and subscribe. And ring the bell if you're watching on YouTube so you're notified whenever we go live or post new videos. And be sure to follow me and Molly on Instagram. Our socials are in the links down below. Follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat. Well, not Snapchat, but Instagram and Twitter. TikTok. Which obviously we'll be here every single week doing recaps of The Bachelor. So
yes, so excited.
So same time, same place, every single Tuesday recapping the episodes and some of the news. So you guys know you can count on us. And before we get into the episode, I did want to briefly touch on Kylie going on the Vial Files. We have not listened yet. We've listened to part of it. What was your thoughts seeing the trailer yesterday?
I am just excited to honestly just kind of hear her thought process. Like, was she having doubts since leaving the beach right away? Was she getting kind of some sus remarks, but she was trying to push through? I want to hear more about like her thought process through all of it.
I can't wait to hear everything she has to
I know.
say.
Same, obviously, but
I feel like they recorded this a minute ago. There has been some
probably
rumors that she was going on this, or I just started seeing it on Twitter since like December.
yeah.
But it's just so convenient how they do these Bachelor announcements
I
or
know.
podcasts. Like Nick is even in cahoots. They're like,
Yeah.
producers, you want Kylie, put it on the premiere night or premiere day.
Yes, absolutely.
Because there's no drama on night one, but like this
No.
is the tea. This is Bachelor Nation that we really want to see what happens, because all those couples from last season of Paradise dissolved. And I guess Kylie and Aven's was the most intriguing, and she's gonna go there.
Yeah. Is Aven still like MIA, like deleted his Instagram?
He's back on Instagram. I noticed maybe like a week or two ago.
Interesting.
He hasn't posted anything. And it seems like he doesn't want to be in the public eye. Maybe he's embarrassed. We don't know what Kylie's gonna say.
Yeah.
But like, I would want him to do a podcast.
I know, me too. I do feel that his statement was very much so like, I acknowledge what I did. I'm sorry. Now keep me out. So I think unless Kylie says something that he like disagrees with or something, I feel like he'll keep quiet, or at least for a while.
Yeah. I mean, Corey from Summer House, we were just talking about Sam and Corey.
Right.
He just did a podcast this week.
On who?
On Real Moms of Bravo.
Interesting. Okay. I'll have to watch that. Have you listened to it yet?
I listened to a clip of it, and I feel like I got what I needed to know, just because I don't really watch that show too much anyway. But it seemed like he was owning up to a lot of things, and he was wrong. And like Sam didn't say anything bad.
No, yeah.
So I just feel like with this whole Kylie and Aven situation, it's just like, who knows how far left she's going to go there, because in the teaser, there was some things blurted out. She said there was pictures, a girl DMing her. I don't know if she plans on burying him and saying like, this was the worst relationship ever, or if she plans on saying like, he was a really good guy. He just like I don't know what her angle is and how she feels.
I know. I like hope she doesn't totally just like bash on him. And I feel like she won't, only because like at least he did acknowledge, like he owned up to it and he apologized. It'd be so different if he was like, that didn't happen, or if he didn't apologize. Like since he did, I feel like give him a little bit of grace, hopefully.
I want to know what she thinks of his statement, why she decided to post her statement. There is a lot to listen to. And
absolutely.
Right before me and Molly got on, we did play a clip of it just so we knew what was going on, or we had something to share. And basically, do you want to share what she said?
Sure. So she basically said that first they were talking about his and Rachel's relationship, and he was so ready to get on one knee, but knew that she was going to choose the other guy. So he decided to not, I forgot his name. He decided to not go through with that, but absolutely was ready to. So she was like, oh, you're telling me this, but like, you definitely don't want to get engaged to me. So that's weird that you're sharing. And then he shared that he potentially could have been the Bachelor. And when the producers asked him if he would get engaged, he said yes. So to her also, since he was so against getting engaged to her, it was kind of a little bit of a red flag. Which is crazy.
Yeah, she basically said that he told her Bachelor is different than Paradise.
Yeah, which I guess it is a shorter time, but you're then dedicated to one person that basically, if you like find your person the whole time. So it is obviously different. And maybe I feel like time-wise, you probably get the same time in both.
Yeah. I can't wait to hear like everything she has to say. Another part we were listening to was just her knowing that she wanted to be with Aven before she got there, which is what we already saw on the show. And the reason why she took Will is because she got presented with the date card. Like, of course she was going to go on a date. I'm not surprised that she did this, and that it's going to be a great interview.
I know. No, I'm definitely so excited.
I can't wait to hear her perspective. And who else would you want to hear from Paradise? Because I still want to hear from Kat and like Aaron.
Yeah, no, I would like to hear from all of, definitely Kat and Aaron. I would want to hear from.
Like one person, or Eliza. No, I just can hear from Aaron. I'm done with Eliza.
I was going to almost say Eliza, and I was like, it's fine.
We'll never hear from Eliza again. Oh my God. Okay. Also, before we get into the Bachelor recap, Molly is leaving for Paris in 1 hour. Are you all packed, or 2 hours?
2 hours. I am basically all packed. I have like a couple things like my iPad charging, things like that, but I could not be more excited. Literally like freaking out.
Okay. I feel like we've been teasing this Paris trip for a while.
I know. We have.
So the next time you're back, because you're not going to podcast in Paris.
Right.
You'll fill us in on the trip. I know everyone's been waiting.
I'm so excited. Just my sister and I, we have 5 full days, like minus like travel days, and I'm so excited.
That's amazing. This past weekend I went to Big Bear. I went
Yes,
skiing.
I saw. Are you
My
a
neck
skier?
hurts. I am a skier. I've been skiing since I was 3,
I love that.
but I haven't gone in a couple years. I fell 3 times.
Well, I'm glad you didn't come back with any broken bones.
Thank God I didn't hurt myself. Like
Yeah.
my friend took me on like black diamonds immediately, but then a few of her other friends were on greens, which is like the smallest. So we went to greens to go check on them, and then I fell twice on greens because I was like overconfident.
Yeah.
So, and then the third time I fell, I was like so tired. I was at the end of my day, and I literally spinned and I went backwards and like kind of like crashed, and it was like my
Lovely.
neck kind of hurts.
Yeah, no, I'm glad that you're fine. That's like my biggest fear, and I've never gone skiing, but that's my fear, like getting hurt. I feel like you hear so many stories of people getting hurt skiing.
Yeah, thank God my mom told me to wear a helmet. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got one. Because I'm like, oh, I got this.
Yeah, no, I'm glad you had a helmet on.
Yeah, thank God. But it's so much fun skiing, and like it's so cool because Big Bear is 2 hours inland from LA, and it's like in the mountains. So you get snow, you get cold,
That
you get the
is crazy.
whole winter experience, a winter town. We were at a cabin. It was just so cute.
Yeah, love. So like relaxing and like cozy.
Exactly what I needed. Because I just love trips.
Yeah.
You know?
We love
Okay.
it.
Let's talk about the episode. We are 11 minutes into the podcast. So
Yes.
we're really making the most of our 45 to 50 with you by covering all the topics. Our main show is, of course, episode 1 of The Bachelor. So let's get right into limo entrances. We already talked about our thoughts about Joey and some backstory. Molly, why don't you kind of start with your top few limo entrances?
Yeah. So I definitely wrote down like my cringiest. My favorite ones. I don't know that I have like a favorite, but cringiest, I had that banana on the plate. I thought that was like not his vibe. Not the vibe that, no, it just wasn't him. By the look on his face, I knew that that girl was going home.
He picked the biggest one.
He said the second to biggest.
Oh,
Because he didn't
okay.
want to be like too like big-headed.
Do you think he was being honest? I do.
Probably, yeah.
Ah, that's so crazy. That's so cringy, but like,
Yeah.
like
No,
I
that
would
was
never do
cringe.
that. I would,
No,
but
it just wasn't for him. And then another one that was cringe was the girl who brought the huge bra and like threw it at him.
What was the point of that?
I have no idea. Well, she said that she like what exactly did she say? She made some metaphor about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then there was also Jess who like chugged the beer with him. They
That was
shotgun.
Lauren.
Lauren, the older sister.
Yeah. I liked that one. I thought that was like funny enough. Like it was cute. They're both from Philly. Another cringy one was like the girl moaning in the limo.
Okay.
That was a lot. And then also the girl who just randomly started screaming in his face.
Yes. There was also the girl.
Moments.
Those are all very cringy. There was also Maria who had like a Canadian flag. There
Yes.
was Kaitlyn who had the chemistry entrance, which I actually liked because I felt like she came in with a lot of puns.
Totally.
And like then, an experiment, something for them to do.
Yeah. And then Jess came in on a boat.
Oh, yeah. And who came in with the race car?
Jen came in with the go-kart.
Yes.
And then there's a couple other like silly ones, like Autumn threw like leaves when she walked out.
Autumn was just like, what is your favorite season? And it's like, autumn is not even a season.
Yeah.
Like it's literally winter, spring, fall, summer.
Right.
Like there's no autumn. Like how is he gonna guess that?
Right, literally.
But then in his head, he's like, well, your name definitely isn't spring. Like
I know. It could have been summer.
It could have been summer.
Yeah, definitely not winter.
No, probably not winter. But then there was a lot of the tennis puns. So the one girl came in with all the balls and she's like, I have the balls to be here. Someone else came in with like a referee tennis chair.
Right.
So, what would you do? You want to go on The Bachelor one day,
right?
Maybe?
I was trying to think. I definitely would love to be on The Bachelor. I was trying to think if I would do something like that. Definitely something that would like help me stand out. But I honestly loved how Kelsey she just walked out. She was herself. She presented herself with like grace. And I like loved that. It was like a breath of fresh air in between all these kind of like gimmicks.
Yeah.
But I feel like I would end up doing something kind of cringy. Like you kind of have to.
I love a gimmick. I think you should do a gimmick. It showcases your personality. Yeah. But I also think there's something to be said about a hot girl who's just so captivating that can just walk in, grab his attention and walk out. And Kelsey definitely did that. And so did Lexi.
Yes, Lexi did too.
She got the first, she was the first one out, which I always think says something.
Agreed. Yeah, no, I feel like either it needs to be something not super cringe or like that, just like walking in with confidence.
Celeste says, what was the deal with blurring out the Canadian flag? Are we at war with Canada?
I don't know. Maybe we're just not allowed to show other flags.
We're definitely not at war with Canada, I promise. There's a lot of things going on in the world, but we are not at war with Canada. So don't worry about that. But I didn't know why they blurred that out either.
Maybe we're just not allowed to show flags from other countries.
Yeah.
No.
But lots of interesting women,
Yes.
lots of entrances, 32, which is the largest number.
Yeah, that's a ton.
And we can look it up, but like maybe 7 girls went home.
Yeah, I don't remember exactly the amount, but everyone who went home, like that was fine. Like obviously first night, like you kind of know who's gonna go.
Yes. I mean, I felt bad for that one girl who was crying at the end with all the butterflies in her ears.
Yeah, I felt badly for her. She was clearly very upset, which rightfully so. I mean, you do all of this to finally get on the show and you're excited about him. And I'm sure it's just a lot to then go home.
And it's like morning.
Yeah.
But we're going to get into the 3 biggest scenarios of this season. We're going to break everything down, starting off with the sister twist. So we talked a little bit about this last week. Molly has a sister, so she was kind of saying how she wouldn't know how it would be for her and her sister to go on the show. Do you have a different perspective now?
I mean, I still kind of feel like we are just so different in personalities that it'd be like up to him. But then you brought up the whole kissing thing, and I don't think I want to be kissing the same person as my sister. So
yeah. So let me explain it, and then I'll hear all your takes because Lauren is the older sister. Allie is the younger sister.
Yes.
So Lauren nominated both of them because Allison was the bigger Bachelor fan. She was the bigger Joey fan. They originally were not going to tell anyone that they were sisters, but they later on told the girls because I guess they couldn't help it. It seemed like they were getting a little tipsy and maybe people were starting to notice how close they were. So Lauren, the older sister, she actually talked to Joey first, and then the younger sister, Allison, stole him and interrupted him, and Allison was the one who ended up kissing him. But Lauren came back in and told Joey that they were in fact sisters, where Joey decided or told them that he actually kind of figured it out because they have the same story, the same upbringing. And Allison ended up getting the first rose at the rose ceremony while Lauren got the last rose, and she was shaking in her boots.
I know.
So there is so much to talk about here. My first question is thoughts on the strategy of not telling Joey or anyone originally.
I think that's great. They were both able to come in themselves and not be like a duo from the jump, and kind of like be their own person at first. And I still think they are, considering like they're just different, obviously, people, and they're also not like identical twins or anything. But I thought that was smart of them to not from the jump walk in like together or say anything.
That's what I liked as well. And they're 2 years apart. I like that they weren't going to say anything. And I thought that that was the way to go because you can just tell him the next day. Like that was the original plan. So I was actually really annoyed to see how it unfolded, how it like, where's the suspense?
I know, I was surprised. However, I guess like when they both were like, yeah, and I grew up in Center City, and like obviously they kind of look similar, and they talked about their families, he was able to figure it out anyway.
But that's because the producers had them go back to back, and they probably told the younger sister to steal him from the older sister.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
So it's maybe they didn't even have a choice, and maybe there was nothing else going on night one that the producers were like, all right, now it's time to use the sister play.
Right.
You know, there's always like a scandal night one, like they'll make one up.
Yeah.
Or there's like the drunk girl, which I thought was going to be Jess.
It kind of was Jess.
But then she like turned it around and became lovable. Like we'll get to it in a second.
Okay.
But like I was annoyed that they told Joey.
I agree. And right now I'm leaning more towards Lauren.
The older sister?
Older sister is kind of who I'm liking more. She's the one who shotgunned. I thought she was just a little bit more funny in her scenes.
Ooh. Wait, you know what? I originally thought that Joey was going to like Allison more, but now I almost feel like he's going to like pursue Allison and then like it's going to be Lauren later on for longer.
I kind of think so too. I just felt that, I don't know, her humor I liked. I guess we don't really know much about Allison. Yeah, I feel like her scenes were shorter and we got a lot of like...
She's younger.
Yeah, we got more from Lauren in this episode.
Oh my God. That's why I was so nervous that Lauren was going to end up going home when she got the last rose, because I want to see the sister dynamic play out for like as long as possible.
Yeah, no, I agree. And I think that like even the producers know that.
Well, I was worried that they didn't know that when they had them reveal it so early, because then there's no buildup.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
But like having sisters on the show is so fun, and like they're a fun pair.
So fun. Yeah, no, I love it.
But like so savage of Allie to like steal him and then kiss him first. Like that's like such a younger sister move to be
such a younger sister move.
Are you the older sister or the younger one?
I'm the older sister.
Would your younger sister be like that too?
Absolutely.
There's always something about that. I mean, I guess it depends on like the dynamic.
Yeah, and it'd be up to me to like not get mad, but I'm gonna be mad. Like exactly how Lauren was. She's like, I'm not mad, but I'm kind of pissed. And then when Allie got the first rose, she literally turned around and was like, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, which was like so funny. But like she shouldn't have said that in front of the other girls. Like,
I know, but it's just clearly their relationship. Like she said it in like a funny way versus the other girls probably thought like, oh my God, this bitch.
No, but if they didn't know that they were sisters and she said that.
I know, yeah.
It would have been like, go fuck yourself for getting the first rose to like someone you just met. That's why I'm like, it's funny. Well, I can't wait to see what happens with the sisters.
Same.
Let's talk about the next drama of the night, the next situation. Jess was a little drunky. She kissed Joey. What did you think of Jess?
So she, for starters, is a Hannah Brown lookalike.
Yeah.
He came in on a boat strong, and
how did she come on the boat again?
She like the boat was being pulled by a truck and she was just like waving.
What was the point of her going on this boat?
I have no idea.
Okay, continue.
I don't. But then the second they kissed, she came in and immediately announced it to everyone, and everyone was out. And from the jump, they like couldn't stand her. Like immediately, then everyone started talking, and she was like, "Whoopsies!" Like clearly, she did it on purpose. Like she just acted that way. Didn't like slip out. She came in and like fully announced it to everyone,
which is like a no-no.
Such a no-no.
Like you're putting a target on your back.
Absolutely. And then the target just continued.
It continued even more.
Yeah.
But like, I didn't even feel like Joey wanted to kiss her.
Me either. I felt like they weren't vibing. Him kissing her and her being I guess being the first kiss does make sense. Maybe he was just like nervous. Like I think later on, if he saw her, it would have been totally different. And I don't think they would have kissed.
Do you think he has to kiss them if they lean in? Because I kind of think you do.
Maybe. Yeah. He kissed 7 people last night.
I feel like that happens.
Yeah. I mean, it does. It's also like, I don't know. One of them, I felt like, if anything, it was like an awkward silence and they didn't know what to do when they kissed.
So I was thinking, because the one girl, Maria, who we'll get to, I know you have strong opinions. She was saying how she wasn't planning on kissing him. And that would be my strategy too. Like, I'm not kissing you night 1, but I'm going to tease you and then give me the rose. And then I'll kiss you the next time I see you.
Agreed. Because it just like it adds more and like it makes you excited for more versus like now all those 7 girls, like he already knows what kissing them is like.
Yeah, and it's just, exactly. And it's like you got to play the game a little bit, the chase, but then it's like such weird lines because like you're also chasing him with 30 other girls.
I know, yeah.
But bad move by Jess to tell the other girls. It put an immediate target on her back, but she did come off kind of likable and fun at the end of it, or do you think she was just crazy and cringy?
Crazy cringy was my thoughts. I mean, so then she pulled, what was her name? Who was
Taylor.
So yeah, so she then, the whole Taylor thing happened where she tried to pull him for a second chat while interrupting Taylor's conversation. Meanwhile, there are so many girls who didn't even end up talking to him at all. And like that got on my nerves. And then when talking to Taylor, she was like, well, I backed away. Like you stood there the whole time. So I just feel like she is up to no good. And I think that will continue. I don't like totally, I don't know, despise her or anything, but I do think that she'll continue to be like the problem. Her girl in the house.
See, I'm kind of like, she almost saved a little bit for me when she kind of handled it well. Interrupting is a no-go. I get that the producers tell you to go interrupt people. I get that they do that. You could say no. I know it's probably hard. It's drunk. It's night 1. You want to kiss up to the producers because they also have a say in how long you stay on the show. Right. And that's, just things that alumni have said. So I get that there's all that plays into it, but you can't interrupt him when you already had a kiss and time on night 1 and there's girls crying about how they didn't have time. Like that's just rude.
And they already don't like you because you told everyone that you kissed him.
So it's like, why is she's doubling down on like making herself a target and making herself someone unlikable. So then
strikes.
So then after she interrupts, Taylor convinces her to like stay 1 minute, but then she is waiting there, which is so awkward because how are you going to finish your conversation when she's right there?
Exactly. And even Taylor was like, even if like he wanted to kiss me or I was going to kiss him, like that was never going to happen now that she's standing there like over our shoulders.
But also, is it like the producers who are like, you can't move, you already got in the shot, you can't move, you know?
Maybe.
I think it is.
Yeah, but like, why was she then the chosen one for everyone to not like?
No, because that's why the producers had her do that, because people already not liked her. So it was
Yeah,
like to
yeah,
add
I
more.
guess. Like, if you already don't like her, you might as well continue, right?
And maybe like they noticed that Taylor is a little reactionary and emotional, because like at this point, like Taylor, she had every right to be upset, but this is The Bachelor. You know what you signed up for. Like it's just out of your control. It's a show, and you just need to like roll with it.
Yeah, no, I agree with that part.
Because she gave her like the nastiest look, right? Or she didn't look at her at all when she walked away.
Yeah, she didn't look at her at all, but I feel like I would do that too. Like you already had your time. Like, leave us alone.
I would have looked at her and been like, really? Like something like, are you serious? Okay. Like something like sassy, but like funny, where I'm not taking myself too seriously, because I felt like she did do a pretty good job of like calling her out. But like there was parts where I was like lighten up maybe, because like Jess was so fun and like laughing about it.
Yeah, no, I get it. I guess like when you're the one being interrupted though, like that is very frustrating.
But like, is she the only one being interrupted? Because Lauren was interrupted by Allison. There probably was other things that happened.
Maybe. Yeah, we just didn't see it.
But either way, Taylor got a rose, so thank God she stayed. But I think their feud could maybe play out in future episodes.
Well, we see a potential hypothetical feud, unless it's just editing, between Jess and Maria.
Oh, Maria's definitely getting in drama.
Oh, absolutely. Literally, the second they showed her intro package, I said she's the problem one of the season.
Let's talk about Maria, and then I can't wait to get into the date card. But Maria is her own segment. I kind of liked Maria.
That was our controversy. Like,
you don't like her at all?
She could end up being very great drama reality TV, or she could end up being like totally on my last nerves. So like, I'm in the middle right now. Like, I just can't tell which direction it'll go. It was a little bit leaning towards last nerves, but then the conversation they had, I thought was fine. So we'll just have to see how that goes.
She's a character. Like, she has personality. She has a story. Like, there's a lot to say. She said that she was like spooky. She liked horror movies. She's from Canada. She hasn't been in a relationship in a few years. She's close with her dad.
Yes.
She was teasing him like a lot. Like, I liked how she was like, well, I wasn't planning on kissing you, but then she folded.
I know. She was kiss number 6.
There's something that like he likes about her, but I don't like see them together like long haul.
Right. I don't see them together either, but he said that he likes that she keeps him on his toes, which like, absolutely. They have totally different personalities.
She is like Bachelor in Paradise gold.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. Like, she could either be like great reality TV and we all are like, yes, queen, like a Corinne.
Yeah.
Or she like gets on everyone's last nerve. So we'll just have to see.
Well, she's definitely going to get involved in drama this season, but Joey also has a connection with her. And it seemed like she was in a teaser, like on an international trip.
Yes, I thought so too.
Wait, you know what we forgot to talk about? The first 2 minutes of the show, the Billie Eilish of it all.
I know, that was very long, like,
and strange.
Yeah. I was watching my mom and sister, and my mom was like, okay, this is like enough. Like, it was long.
I mean, I love that song, but like I've never thought about it. I was like, I never thought about putting that on The Bachelor.
No.
What a random like situation.
So random.
But there will be drama at the end.
Yes, clearly.
People are talking about spoilers online. I'm not looking at anything. I'm not clicking.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Sometimes I can't help but at least read theories because they're in my comment sections.
Yeah.
So so guys, don't do that to me. But like some people just don't care.
I know. No spoilers. We can like, I guess maybe make up scenarios, but like
yeah, so we're doing a no spoiler season. Paradise for me was spoiled. I did give teasers, but this season I'm not planning on doing spoilers. I don't want to be involved in them. But if I see things, I see things on accident, like everyone else.
I know.
So we'll see what happens with Maria, getting back to her. But yeah, that whole Billie Eilish thing was hilarious. And someone else I liked a lot was Jen. Did you like Jen?
Yeah, I have her. Yeah, I loved Jen. I thought she was adorable. And I thought she just came off so sweet and sincere when she was talking to him.
Yeah, we're going to give our picks at the end. But last thing about the Billie Eilish thing. So that ending looks like really dramatic. And Joey said on Chicks in the Office that the ending is something that like has never happened before.
Interesting. Like, do you think maybe, again, no spoilers is a thought.
I saw a theory.
Like, do we think that he'll send someone home and then be like, just kidding, and want her back? Has that happened before? No, that's kind of happened before.
It's happened a couple times, but I guess it's just the way he did it.
He's doing it? Yeah.
Or he's doing it. Okay, I saw this theory, and like it doesn't mean it's true, but like basically like it's maybe somebody like hurt, like thought he was breaking up with her. And like, you know how they trick you?
Yeah.
And like leaves when he was going to like choose her. Like, I think it could be that situation based on like things I've tried to avoid online, which that doesn't give anything crazy away, because that may or may not be true. I just saw somebody just commented that. It doesn't mean like it's not no one of importance.
Right.
Unless they were like seeing it from someone else who like had more information, which is possible.
Another thing that could have happened was like maybe someone comes back. Like he kept saying that he was so scared that like the girl of his dreams would go home. Like maybe like someone chooses to leave and comes back, and like he then gets like shook and confused.
Ooh, that could be a good idea, because sometimes people leave at like 2 and 3 when they find out that they slept with someone else.
Right.
Okay.
Like maybe.
I think we're in for a good season though.
I know. I'm excited. I like this. I'm obsessed with him. Like, yeah.
Okay. Love it. Let's talk about Leah. Leah or Leah?
I think it's Leah.
I think it's Leah too, because she's from Hawaii and she gave him a lei. Or that was someone else.
No, I think that was someone else.
So she went to charities after the final rose last year when Joey met a few of the girls. I guess Joey picked her or America clapped for her. Either way, she received some type of card. They said it wasn't a date card, but it was some type of advantage that she had going into the house. So when she gets there, everyone is wondering what is in this card. And what did you think was in the card?
I honestly was kind of something along the lines, maybe not of exactly what it was, but like joining a group date or like something like that, I thought.
Oh, that's a good one. Joining a group date.
I thought it would be like that. Like I definitely didn't think like she'd have immunity or like she had the ability to send someone
home.
That's crazy. Like that's wild.
When they were saying that, they're like, she must have an advantage. She must have an immunity. She could send some. I'm like, what show are we watching that she has the power to send someone home? Like,
yeah, like
were they just throwing out random things? I was done.
Clearly. I guess when you're just like so stressed and like anxious about the situation, like all of the thoughts start running.
And like it couldn't be a rose, because that's like not fair. Like, what if Joey wanted to send her home and then she's like, haha, I got this card. I got a rose. Like it couldn't have been that. So like maybe it was like an extra 10 minutes with Joey. I don't know. But it ended up being that she could steal a one-on-one from someone else at any point before hometowns.
Which was wild.
You know what everyone said in the comments? She should have saved it and stole the princess date when they get all the free clothes and the shopping date.
Yeah, that would have been obviously a good one. My thoughts were I didn't necessarily care so much about like the other girls because you're there for yourself, but more so like she even put it this way, like she'd want to play God. Like if Joey ends up really wanting a one-on-one with someone, imagine how he'd feel if she was like, just kidding, I'm going, like it leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Like he'd probably be so not excited for the date anymore if he had intended for it to be with someone else.
Yeah, and it would have been wrong of her to steal someone else's date, you know, especially if they didn't have one. However, I just feel like she should have kept it. Well, we'll get into that decision in a second. I just feel like you never know when you're going to need it. And maybe there would have been a circumstance or a situation, and maybe it will truly be foreshadowing, and we'll see on the show a situation where it was between her and one other person. Neither of them had one-on-one dates. It's been enough time, and she just needed to know if it was real or not, because she was losing her mind and her family needed her at home. Like you never know the situation where like that could come in handy, and it's possible that it will bite her in the butt.
Yeah, but in the end, do you want to be the girl who's like controlling Joey's journey?
No, and I think she made the right decision, but I also think like she could have saved it and like you only used it if necessary.
Yeah, like you don't know. Like for example, if Jess continues to be a problem and she has a one-on-one, I'd be like, card.
Yeah, or if she got sent home early and her friend really needed one, she could have slipped it to her friend.
You think?
I mean, I just feel like there's
a card. We're making it up.
I just feel like no, 100%. I just think that there was some leeway with the card where like she could have used it later on without it being wrong, or like, you know what I mean? Like she could have been justified for using the card at some point if she just kept it in her back pocket, and it would have been intriguing for the storyline, and it would have been intriguing and enticing to keep her on the show longer to see what she's going to do with it.
Right. I do agree with that. You just don't know what situation you're going to be in, because obviously from the jump, everything she did made total sense. But I guess you don't know what you're going to end up like, what situations you're going to end up in.
So tell us what her decision was and why she made it.
So she decided to throw the card into the fireplace and get rid of it because she just could not bear having that with her and also stealing it from another girl.
And she was hysterically crying.
Yeah, she was hysterical. And she also said, like, I don't want to play God. Like, if Joey loves me and he likes me, then great. And if he doesn't, like, I'm not going to force him with a one-on-one.
Well, she was like, yeah, like, this is an advantage and you're going to pick me with or without it if you're going to pick me.
Absolutely.
But, like, was she being too dramatic?
Yes. The crying was a bit drama, which one of the girls said, like, I think this is a little bit dramatic. Maybe it was her. I think it's a little bit dramatic. Why is she crying? So I do think a little bit drama, but I guess when you are given such an opportunity like that, like she kept saying, like, I'm grateful, I'm grateful, I'm grateful. Like she didn't want to come off like, I guess, ungrateful, but she also then had to make the decision of what to do. I don't know. The crying was a lot. What do you think?
Well, I mean, I thought it was like, I understood why she felt the pressure because it was night one. There was a big decision to be made. You know, I did think she was being a little extra. I thought it was crazy how like she opened it by herself. Then she told Joey and like Joey agreed. We talked about it. But then when she got to the girls, that's when she was hysterical.
I know, sobbing.
And it was like, are you leaving? Like, what is possibly in this? Do you have to send a girl home?
I know. And the girls were like, breathe, breathe. Like, I don't know.
She's like, I can't breathe. I have like a power to steal a date card. I don't know what to do.
Yeah. I don't know.
That was underhanded from the producers or whoever wrote that card, Steven says.
Yeah. I
liked the card, though. I liked the twist.
I mean, yeah, it was like something fun and like something different.
Yeah. And when did she decide? Oh, go.
I would say I'm glad that they gave it to her, though, and not someone like Jess.
Was Jess even there, though, on night one?
Probably not.
I don't, what was I going to say?
I'm sorry, I cut you off.
I know, but I cut you off. It's fine. Oh yeah, when did she get the idea to throw it in the fire? Because I love when people throw things in the fire, but like she could have ripped it up.
Yeah, I don't know. She stood up and just did it. And was like, that's what I decided.
The girls were like, somebody gonna go into that fire. They could have used a fire stick and gone out.
I really can't imagine.
That's what I meant to say. Yeah, that they could have grabbed it. And a lot of the girls said that they would have kept it.
Yeah, Jess was one of them. She was like, I absolutely would have. And so did Taylor. Taylor said that she would have kept it too.
Well, of course Taylor said that because her time got stolen.
Yeah.
And of course Jess said that.
Absolutely.
But you know, would have Maria have kept it?
I don't know. I also feel like they all say they would have, but if they were actually given that, like they might have felt differently with all of that pressure.
Would Daisy have kept that?
No, she's perfect.
Okay, we are at the point of the show where we're going to give our top 4. Do you have 4?
I probably do, yeah.
Right? Like, if this is, don't hold us to this, but like these are a few of our front runners and a few of our picks. Molly, why don't you name like, I guess, a few that you really stuck out to you?
Well, do you want to start with Daisy and talk a little about her because she was just the cutest thing ever?
Is she on your list?
She is on my list. And she drove in like the cute, iconic Christmas tree car with the Christmas tree on top because she grew up on a Christmas tree farm.
Mm-hmm.
And she very much so reminds me of Jess. Like
from last season, Glitter Jess.
Yes, Glitter Jess.
Who linked on her Instagram story the glitter that she uses. And I went to go buy it and it was out of stock.
That's so frustrating.
Why would she link it if it was out of stock?
Maybe it went out of stock really fast.
I need that glitter spray.
I know. No, it's iconic. But she totally reminded me of her. Just like cute, sweet, bubbly, sincere. And even like she walked in, she was like, everyone's so pretty. And she was cracking jokes. Like I absolutely was like drawn to her. And I think he will be too. And he was. And they ended up kissing too. And
her pink dress was so beautiful.
Yes, I truly loved her.
She also opened up in her intro package about her cochlear implant.
Yes.
Which reminded me of Abigail from Matt James's season. So I hope that they meet, you know? Yeah, they definitely will. But she has a great story. It seems like she's overcame a lot. And she's the only girl that follows me on Instagram and TikTok. Like, which we're already best friends. Yes. I'm like the one girl to follow me, the Bachelor recapper from TikTok. Like she's the one that follows. So obsessed. I need her to go all the way. And she is so sweet. And her name just like fits her. Like when she said her name was Daisy, I was like, you're adorable. I hope she continues to be a fan fave. I think she will. Oh, for sure. I think she's going to be like one of the most popular girls. I also really liked Sydney. She had a high pony
I don't have her on my list.
Well, she might not be like a front runner for Joey where like she's gonna go the farthest, but there was something about her where I was like, this girl is like really trendy and I really like her. This is Sydney.
Oh yeah. She was cute. I feel like maybe just didn't get enough about her yet.
She had some personality.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Who else were you gonna put on your list?
So I also liked, which we don't have a lot from her yet, but I liked his reaction about her was Kelsey. Yes. She came in with her beautiful red dress. We already kind of talked about her. And I could just tell initially, like the way he looked at her, I knew that she was going to obviously stay. And also now we've seen in the trailer, she like stays for a bit.
Kelsey had romantic music, like a lot.
Yes.
So I would put her up there as well with Daisy and Lexi, who got was the first out of the limo.
Yes. I also really liked Lexi. I thought she was sweet. All these girls that he is liking are coming off very like sweet, sincere. So hopefully he sticks to that and doesn't get like drama manipulated by some of the others.
We also forgot to mention that Leia got the first impression.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I think she's sweet too.
She deserved it.
Yes, absolutely. With the decision she had to make.
That was the right decision to give her the no.
Yeah.
To give her the gross.
Meanwhile, Jess was saying, like, it's going to me. Obviously, I'm so excited to get it. Like, who are you?
Oh my God.
Good for you and your confidence.
Yeah. So Lexi, Daisy, Kelsey, Jen.
Yes, we also talked about Jen. Really like Jen.
Did you have someone else?
I also thought Autumn was cute.
I like Autumn.
Red dress. Here she's in the front.
I felt like she definitely had like enough storyline, but I didn't think she was like a front runner, but she got called pretty early. Yeah.
I just thought like maybe there's more to her.
So you think there's always an order that they call the roses in that's like so obvious?
Yes. I mean, obviously this first sister and then the last. Like when I saw that she was in the last, I was like, obviously he's going to choose her.
But I also feel like, and I've noticed this in other seasons, that they almost like they almost call the order out of the roses where like with their actual placement.
But do you think then it's weird that Allison got the first, or Allie got the first one?
I think that was an exception because the sister thing.
Yeah. And then Daisy came next, which I totally like, yeah.
Yeah. When the first sister got the other, exactly. I just think they wanted that reaction.
Yeah. No, I totally agree.
I feel like it kind of is like a tell of like where everyone's ranked.
Totally. I'm trying to also see. So he kissed Maria, kissed Allie, kissed Jen, kissed Jess, kissed Leia, and kissed Lexi.
He kissed 7 girls.
Yes.
Wow.
That's a lot.
I would get so jealous, and I don't even know if I'd want to kiss someone that just kissed all those other people.
I know. And like, what does that mean? Like, did he actually like them? Like you were saying, like, we're not sure if he actually wanted to kiss Jess or not. Like, was it just a feeling in the moment? Like, yeah, there's definitely a lot to read into.
When I'm like at the bar and like I see a guy I want to kiss, if I notice them dancing or kissing someone else, like I almost like become unattracted to them.
Absolutely.
Unless there's like an opportunity for me to join in.
Unless like the girl leaves.
And no, I'm like, oh, it's 2 guys for me. But yeah. But other than that, like I usually like if I like really think someone's hot and then I'm like, oh, they have a boyfriend or oh, they're kissing someone else, like it makes me unattracted to them because like
no, it is.
They're like busy and like you should be happy for them with like someone else. So like the show, like I just can't do it.
It plays a lot with your mind. Absolutely. Like I understand why these girls go crazy because how could you not? Like the entire time you're thinking about what he's thinking about me and what is he thinking about 30 other women.
Literally. But overall, it was a really good episode. I felt like we got a lot too much in the teaser and I don't want to look at the teaser anymore.
So much in the teaser. Yeah, my sister said the same thing. She was like, I feel like we watched the entire show.
I don't want any spoilers and I want to be in the dark and I don't want to watch. I think I'm not going to watch teasers.
Maybe not. Yeah, no, I felt like it gave away so much unless it's like weird editing where we like think we saw something and maybe we didn't, but.
Which I think was a thing in that argument that Maria was involved in and Leah, when they were all arguing in that scene, that was definitely editing where you couldn't tell who was fighting with who. But I just feel like The Bachelor is not, they usually tell it, like the teasers give a lot away.
So much away.
Like I also just knowing who's there.
Yeah. I also feel like, obviously, like maybe I'm the only one, an unpopular opinion, I guess. I liked how The Golden Bachelor was only 1 hour. Like I like could have done this like quicker. Like I feel like they drag some things on that you're like, okay, like pick it up. So I am curious how it would go. Like even all the other shows like Love Island are only an hour long. So people's attention span these days, like I'm like, get through it.
Yeah. I feel like that with Paradise sometimes because like nothing was happening, but like night one is so exciting. So I didn't know if I felt that way last night.
Right.
Like I'm really into it. I'm excited for the season. And
I'm very excited.
We know a lot of the girls' names now, which is good.
I know keeping a running list of people we like and like people we're iffy about is like definitely helpful.
But we might just not watch teasers moving forward because I just think it gives too much away.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. We like watched the whole season last night.
I know. But anyway, there was that twist at the end, so we'll see what happens. Do you have any predictions for next episode?
Well, I feel like it always starts with like a group date and then a one-on-one. So who do we think is going to get the first one-on-one?
Daisy?
I'm thinking maybe Daisy too. Either Daisy or Lexi.
Daisy or Lexi or Jen.
Jen was so cute.
Yeah. I'm excited to see what happens and like get the season going.
Same.
Other Bachelor Nation news. Congratulations to Ashley, I, and Jared, who just announced they're having a second baby.
Love it.
Are they one of your favorite couples?
They're actually not, but they've grown on me. Like, obviously, we all, if you're like an OG, knew Ashley as like the crying girl.
Yeah. She really wanted that man. And she got him.
She grew on me though. So I definitely am like a fan of them now, but she's not like my like top tier.
Yeah, she has I listened to her podcast. I was on it too a couple of times recently.
I know, I absolutely love.
So that's where I kind of keep up with her because she's very ingrained in like the Bachelor Nation tea and she gets all the interviews.
Yes, totally.
I mean, the podcasts I listen to that are Bachelor, I mean, at least just to know what's going on is I listen to Happy Hour when they have an interview.
Right.
Vial Files.
Obviously.
And then the Almost Famous one has all the interviews with the cast members. So like I need to listen to those to see what goes on.
Totally. I feel like I end up watching more of those clips like on TikTok and stuff.
Yeah. Right. I also listen to the Vial Files and I like She's All Batch sometimes.
Whose is that one?
Stephanie and Jackie.
I don't think I've ever watched or heard.
They're like always charting.
Yeah. So interesting. Okay, I'll have to watch.
They do a good recap. So if I ever want like Bachelor like content, listen to them.
Yeah.
They have good interviews too. Molly, are you digging Brayden and Christina's relationship? I love it.
I mean, yes, I think like they are for each other. Whether it's going to work out or not, we like kind of are like, well, we shall see. But I'm excited to see them like move in together and like get all of that content now that that's like happening.
They did an interview with Bachelor Happy Hour. They did like a 2-parter.
Yeah, no, I'm excited for them. And this is like it for them. I know like obviously she's wanted it and she's wanted someone who's like open and accepting of her having a child. And he's like about all of it. So props to them. They can share earrings.
I want to listen to that interview and see like what's going on because I'm still confused.
Dynamic more so because we haven't really seen it. We saw it briefly at the Golden Bachelor and then like we haven't really seen them together aside from that like trailer or whatever like teaser thing like at the end of the Bachelor in Paradise that we kind of saw. But
wait, do you know there was some Golden Girls drama?
No.
With the Askin crew?
I didn't. What's the tea?
Okay, basically, like there was the St. Barth's trip, which Susan, Kathy, and Nancy are on.
Okay.
And April was supposed to go on the trip because she's the 4th member in the Askin crew, but she was not able to go. And they posted like a videos like, "We miss you, April," and like I don't know if she thought it was obnoxious, like they were rubbing it in her face, or maybe it was just tone. I don't know but. She posted like a long paragraph. This was like a week ago about like reasons she couldn't go on the trip. And it was because like, she had her granddaughter's birthday in a couple of weeks. She couldn't get the time off work. She had to fix her roof, like all these logistical reasons why she couldn't go. Like there was a lot of trips that these girls are going on, the Golden Wedding, the show, like I get it. She has a normal life.
Yeah.
But she did unfollow them on Instagram, like all the 3 girls on Instagram. So I don't know if she just didn't want to see the content and she didn't want to mute them, or if she was mad at them. Or if
that's crazy. Do you think she like tried to maybe convince them to change the dates or something and they didn't?
No, she just couldn't go. Like she was fine with not going. I think she just felt like maybe it was some of the commenters asking like why she wasn't there, or if the video of them being like, "We miss you, April," like she took the wrong way. I don't know. But I just like discovered that like a few days ago, and I was like,
Golden Girl tea, the drama, the girls are fighting.
I don't know what's going on. But other Bachelor Nation news we have to talk about before we go is Zach, Clarke, and Kaitlyn Bristowe were spotted on a date in New York City, and they were spotted dancing, hugging, getting very cozy. Did you see these videos?
I did. I also just like can't believe after she came out with all of those like statements that then she continued to keep this all so public. Like people are going to now talk, people are going to take pictures of you like you were at like a normal person restaurant. Like not private, like out in the world.
Well, not even that. It's that the first video I felt like was from her camp. It was her house, close personal friends that she had over. That's what she said in her caption.
Right.
What close and personal friend is taking a video of you at New Year's at an intimate party?
Yeah.
That was her soft launch. I just feel like this is her way of introducing the public slowly to her new relationship.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess so.
And like,
what are your thoughts on them?
Well, I mean, it's not that I think they're serious. I think they're probably just dating casually or whatever, but I still think it's like kind of icky just because it's like, I know her and Tayshia, like they're probably not friends at this point. I think we can come to the equation that they probably don't talk. They haven't talked in years and that they were just coworkers who bonded for a moment and like maybe kept in touch here and there, but
agreed.
They didn't, no pictures of them at the Golden Wedding together. No. Tayshia posted, did someone say something? So, but it still like is weird to me because of like the Bachelor Nation ties to just like date someone else in the franchise after like 2 really public, not toxic, but like drama-infilled media, like like to just do that again is just interesting.
So Kaitlyn.
I know. I mean, and she needs to do whatever makes her happy. And like Zach's hot, good for her. If it's a distraction to get over Jason or if it's just fun, like good for her. But but of course the public is going to be a little shocked because of all those reasons that are logical on why people are a little just taken aback. So it was a little confusing, like what you were saying about her social media reaction, like to get so mad at people when it's like she's the one that's like planting little seeds for people to talk about.
Yeah, which like deep down she probably loves.
So don't be mean to her. She doesn't deserve for people. Don't call out the alcohol comments. I don't like that either. Like he's sober and she's drinking. That doesn't mean they can't have a relationship.
Totally.
Those comments I don't like. But some of the comments have. So I don't. And luckily she didn't react this time. But I think people are now just like, okay, wow.
She also just can't react if she's like if she wanted to be or have people not have reactions, like she would have kept it private for a little bit longer. But since it's happening, like she just has to accept what comes. I mean, of course, no one give her hate, but people are gonna be like,
people are gonna have an opinion. It's a weird dynamic. It's Bachelor Nation. It's entangled. It's like
Also, personality wise, like if this does play out, I'd be like so curious to see them together, like even on an interview or something and see their dynamic because they don't mesh in my brain.
Well, it just always felt like he wanted to live such a private life since The Bachelor, and she likes to live a very public life. So that's why I think people are also taken aback because it just seems like a very odd pairing, but maybe couples attract. Like in these videos, it looked like they were having a lot of fun and vibing together.
Right.
But I think it's just for a moment in time. I don't really think of being long haul serious, but maybe she'll talk to us about it on her podcast or have him on one day.
Right.
But not yet. Final thoughts. I just wanted to tell everyone what's going on with football. Do you know the 4 teams left in the NFL playoffs?
Well, I knew the Lions were because my family, like my dad's side of the family is from Detroit, outside Detroit kind of. So like I knew that, but the rest of them I did not.
Okay, I have like a very informative TikTok breaking it down, but I'm going to explain it. But there are 4 teams left in the NFL playoffs. 2 of the teams are playing next week, and then the other 2 teams are playing next week. So the Chiefs are playing the Ravens, and the 49ers are going to play the Lions. So the 2 teams that win are going to go to the Super Bowl, which is they skip a Sunday. So it's not till February 11th, and it's in Nevada. Okay?
Okay.
So a lot of people are hoping that the Kansas City Chiefs are in the Super Bowl because of Travis Kelce and maybe Taylor Swift will be there.
Right.
So you're invested in that part of it, right?
I'm not a Taylor fan.
But you've seen it all.
But yes, obviously, right. So like in that case, like fun, like pop culture news, of course.
So sometimes we like to root for people who have like famous girlfriends or girlfriends from The Bachelor.
Yeah.
Like apparently Hannah Ann's boyfriend is on the Ravens or fiance, and then Sydney Warner's husband is on the 49ers.
Interesting. I actually knew that about Hannah's.
So my comments were like all like talking about that. But I think it'll be interesting to have the Chiefs and the 49ers in the Super Bowl. The Chiefs won last year.
The Super Bowl.
Yeah. So
yeah, see, like, what do I know?
But I think it's important for people. But it's important for people to remember that the Chiefs are really good, regardless of Taylor. But now they're getting so much more fan love. So I feel like the Chiefs are like the most likely team to win because of all these reasons.
Right.
And
even more exciting, Usher is the halftime show.
Oh my God, he is?
Yes. Obviously, for that reason, I will be watching.
I wish that Taylor was the halftime show.
Supposedly she said somewhere that they asked her and she just like, she made some weird comment, I think. I could be making that up. So like, don't quote me on that.
Yeah. I mean, she could have been the halftime show and then he could have won the Super Bowl and like, it would have been like.
I know, that would have been iconic.
But she's on her Eras tour. So she could be there. She has tour dates like.
Yeah.
And the February 9th and 10th in Tokyo. But February 11th is the Super Bowl. So she could fly in overnight.
Yeah.
Zachary and Molly, do you think the NFL should fire Mike McCarthy? We don't know who that is. But that is the football tea. I'm going to be actually covering football on my TikTok and just kind of mentioning it over the next few weeks because this is NFL season. Like people are really into it.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Be sure to follow. Thank you all so much for listening and joining today. Molly, final thoughts of the day. Have a safe trip to Paris.
Thank you. I'm so excited. Nice 7-hour flight ahead of me, but it's going to be so fun. And I have some like fun shows and stuff downloaded. So.
Ooh, and I have to listen to Kylie and Aven's podcast. So I will have some spark notes and recaps for you guys on my channel in the next couple of hours. It is a very long podcast. So stay tuned. Thank you all for listening. And we will see you next time. Molly, will you be in Paris next week?
I will be next Tuesday. I actually fly. Oh, no, just kidding. Tuesday, I'll be here. Monday, I come home. So I should, yeah.
Okay, so you can tell us all about your trip next week.
Yes. And do you have anything fun and exciting going on this week?
No. No. Not this week. Just like nothing really. This is like my winter week. I've been traveling so much that like I'm gonna like stay home this week.
You've been traveling so much, you need like to decompress and just relax.
I mean, I wanted to go to Sundance in Utah.
That would be cool.
I know, but like I don't think it's gonna work out. And like my friends were talking about hanging out this weekend, but I want to go to Salt Lake City and like Utah, like while it's winter. So I think that's been in my brain the last couple of weeks of taking a weekend trip.
Yeah, but not this weekend, you're thinking.
No, maybe. I mean, this weekend is Sundance. It goes on for like 10 days.
That would be like so fun. I mean, if you do make that impromptu trip, like we're all here for it and excited for you.
I know. I am going to like a movie premiere next Tuesday. So that's like my next like event. It's for this movie called The Float. It's like Lionsgate. It's like I don't remember who's in it, but I'll have all the tea like after I leave the premiere.
Yeah.
But it's like about like a summer fling that like
fun.
Like goes. It's one of those types of romance movies.
Like a rom-com or like romantic.
I think more like it was giving Summer I Turned Pretty vibes.
Okay, so yeah, like rom-com-y.
Yeah. So I'm excited to see that. But thank you all so much for listening. Lots of content to talk about. Safe trip to Molly. Make sure to go follow us on our socials, like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you all so much for listening to the podcast. And we will see you guys in the next one.
Thank you guys.
Bye.